ideas, and so different things prompted each of us to write. So each of the cards that we have are our cards, but we tried to connect because we didn't know what each other wrote.
So we'd write from an image or a word or a phrase that someone else
And then, like, if someone had this, like, you probably noticed, repeated things like the rose or the gravestone or demons or this idea, and so that's how it connected. But even though we've never read each other's cards,
Wow.
so it's kind of cool because if you mixed it up, or if we mixed our cards up, it could tell a different story because it still all has the same like base. But I want to just say, like, wow, some of these writings I was really impressed with. It was really, really good.
I love what everyone did with the flower, with the rose,
Yeah.
especially. Yeah.
Very good.
Really nice
Very
work,
good.
guys.
We'll take it on the road, okay? Today we're going to talk to Dr. Katherine Zlabeck from SU. It's her first year there.
Yeah.
Yes, but not her first year as a professor. She's worked in numerous universities, kind of across the east, mostly
Yeah, east and down.
East Coast and down, Florida most recently. And so she's taught us some really fascinating concepts about assembling fiction. And so what we've done is we've created this story, but the story is told through perspective. So it's each one of us has a different perspective. And so we hope that you can kind of understand how it goes as we read it. And it is called
Inside Our Institution.
Inside Our Institution. Right? So if you want to tell a little more detail about it?
Sure.
So,
You guys, just a little bit. So this is titled Inside Our Institution, and it is based on a set of cards that we read through this morning by Jedediah Barry, and all these cards center around this sort of not quite abandoned, but a farmhouse that's been in disrepair. So we looked at how the setting was created there. We looked at things that echoed throughout, and we tried to create something similar here. So ours is not set in a farmhouse. It's set in a school where strange things happen. And we looked at atmosphere. We looked at dialogue. We looked at how to show things through all five senses. And ideally, this story can be told in a number of different ways. So all you would have to do is shuffle these cards, and you'd have a completely different story.
Perspective,
Yeah,
yeah.
a different edge to the story. So without saying anything more and spoiling things, we'll get started. My turn, Mike.
I think we can just read. You guys have to project this, so you cannot speak loudly. You guys all right with that?
Ready to be loud?
All right.
Okay. So we'll start. In the distance, a ladder was leaning against a tree. I saw a demon go up there, looking for apples. They're all gone, or knotted, or covered in mold. No one will like them. In the asylum, they only like to chew beetroot.
It's a bloody hot day today. Prackett was alarmed by the closeness of the walls as he sauntered through the maze on his way to breakfast. The inner voice who traveled along with him pushed him to the precipice of his inner torment, reminiscing Prackett of an evil essay assigned, but never finished. I know it's hot, shouted Prackett.
In my eyes, all I see is figures of black and gray, demons, I guess you could say. Each time they pass me, I feel a cold shock in my skin, and the hairs on my arms stand up. I whisper to them constantly about my problem, and they sometimes whisper back. Most of them are stern and mean, except for the one who understands me when I go through.
They are traveling with a
tonight, the creeping voices of her past surrounded her, tying her up in knots, like the torn shoelaces clenched around her neck. Breathe. I can't breathe.
My heart pounds. Racing me. It's time to get to me, to tell her the truth. I hear them loudly getting closer. I didn't want to go back knowing she didn't understand how I feel. I run as fast as I can, pushing through the crazy last time, nearly approaching her house. I stand there breathing heavily, thinking this would probably blow up in my face, but it would be worth it. As I stepped forward to knock, this great shock entered through my body. I fell to the ground, trembling with pain. I was blacking out and being pulled farther and farther away from the house. Tears streaking down my cheeks, thinking someday I would get a chance to tell you the truth.
She heard whispers as she lay in the cage, hands reached at her from the darkness. Eddie quickly tried to seek the help that left her ears, moving nowhere to be seen. The hands were quickly coming closer to her body. This must be the place, Eddie said as she ran into the vast darkness.
The only animals I heard were birds. The only birds I heard were crows, cheering at me. I wasn't like them. They, free. The trees and forests stand over me like boys in a schoolyard. Flowers think they're too good to bloom here, so they don't. Too beautiful for this ugly setting, I guess. The sky paints my skin its always current shade of gray. The grass got tired of growing. Seasons play their sport here, and I doubt they ever will.
I kept thinking of how to bring the roots back, but my mind kept failing me. I had another idea, but it failed once again. The thoughts and ideas kept on cringing and failing and making me angry, because there was nothing I wanted more than the resurrection of the dead rose. The rose that kept me alive when it was gone in the sunlight. Just when I thought I wasn't there, I realized that the cure was in front of me, but then again I was wrong. Now knowing when the rose is dead, I am dead inside also.
The door jolted to a stop. Smiling back at me, I walked forward. Miss Brandington introduced me to Distinguished and Swan of the classroom. We then listed its memories. As I sat down, I began to notice how eerie my sitting silence was still. The school was dreary with dim lights. Dirty, how dirty the place was. It's too quiet inside.
I've been lavish in money since day one. This private asylum isn't cheap, you know. Despite the condition of its dingy floors, dim lighting, and thick atmosphere, my father must pay a small fortune for the only school closest to the middle of nowhere. I live here in nowhere. All woods and clearings and gravestones. A few old houses scattered beyond the void. And then there is our lovely school, a worn-down mental institution living in nowhere with us.
Many call her zombie because she now roams the earth. I call her zombie because that's how I see her. I feel her presence walking through the cold hallways. She feels like death, and I can taste decay on my tongue. Even with her off-putting appearance, I can't help but be curious about her.
Brandy's dance had 10 legs and 10 arms. She is everywhere. She never smells like mold or cleaner. She smells like the one flower that grew in the dead garden. When the air moves, I open my mouth. It tastes like magnolia petals falling on it. With each step, it sounds like a sack of bones hitting the dirt. When she takes my hand to join her, it feels like she's still alive. Her skin is so soft.
Chewing, aching flaws through the pulse of the dilapidated cold stone asylum. How it has changed. A chemical destruction leaving the building breathless. Flashing images of the bodies littering the hallways. It was catastrophic.
Sometimes it's important to visit places to whisper still. He befriended one of the demons we call Bull. They visit each other from time to time to check up on one another. They both understand each other and feel the pain of each other.
When Charlie reached the school with the morning, his coach, he was greeted with a hand in his throat. A strange look. Charlie should taste death on his tongue.
until he wanders into the asylum. We used to count on him to keep us sane. He had the only key in his pocket and locked himself in. For 3 days, none of us know how to live and eat the dead flowers off the graves like Coach tells us. Charlie called out to us. He told us how to pick the lock. It was no use. Now, we spend our days singing chants. Charlie has a wonderful inner voice.
Faint, reminiscent scent of sweetness from the dead flowers on the grave. I close my eyes and see the blood-red stains of petals near his name. My depth of sorrow is overwhelming. Cheeks stained with tears burning my face, I swallow the ashes of the dead. I reach forward and trace the cold letters of his name with my aching fingertips, hoping to remember or maybe to forget. Wind in my face, I open my eyes and watch one petal fall to the ground. The sound was empty, like my heart.
The smell of ashes and burning fill the air completely. All I see is off-and-on darkness like flickering lights. My mouth is dry, barely breathing through minimal oxygen. I feel heavy, however I feel light like I'm floating off the ground. I hear the crackle of fire and the silence of any place. I'm able to see past the smoke and realize that there are someone there telling me to stay alive.
Mary could feel death all around her as she entered the school. The teachers were gone, the children were blurry, Charlie was gone. It seemed as if everyone knew happened already.
The tap of my shoes on the cold, worn floor echoed throughout the corridors. I was in the middle of nowhere. I don't mean the school, I mean myself. I'm alone. And mentally, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I remember standing in Times Square among the bustling city, and I still felt like the world didn't acknowledge me because no matter where I go in society, it feels bare against my skin. I was born as a nobody, in nowhere, and that's not how I want to die. Lately, I found myself searching for a way out. I have yet to find the door, but I did find the key. The day I made that bud appear in the soil. Giving life, resurrection, is my only way out.
I need you to help me, said the demon. What do you need? Why are you trying to hurt me? And why? Said the coach. Get rid of your tools. I want what have they done to me? Said the coach. They are major sinners. They belong to me. Get rid of them or I'll get rid of you, said the demon. This is insanity. I need to get away, said the coach.
The air felt heavy. I was pressured. I was a late bloomer. My parents felt nervous about me. I lived where my family's name was the top priority. My family has been the view of the 3 family names. A soul and family name carries around magic waiting to do or not happen. It's heavy, there's a pentagon moving to earth. Charlie Baker could taste the decay on his swollen tongue as he walked into the building. His jaw ached and his throat was sore. The dense atmosphere encouraged his sprouting headache. Only a few more months reminded himself constantly. Only a few more months he could leave this wretched school, would, and one could barely call him an idiot. The very thought of going this place home made his stomach twist and turn as if something alive was breathing within him, trying to escape. Maybe there was, he thought hopelessly.
They didn't like me here. That's understandable. I'm not a likable person unless I need to be. They say rude things behind my back, things that they think I can't hear. But I listen to them. The words float through my brain and trap it like a snare. I can almost feel the cold teeth biting into me when I see their snide faces and demeaning glares. Sometimes a retort forms, but it tastes bitter and I swallow it down. More often, however, have they been coming up, tantalizing me, smelling like vanilla, tasting like it too.
Sorry you've been stewed. I've been stirring this hand sanitizer into the beef medley all day and can't get it under control. It leaves from the pot when I look at it.
Crockett said, "My heart is pounding. I haven't even said goodbye." The demon said, "We have sent for Charon. He will take you the rest of the way." Crockett said, "Wait, I didn't charge my cell phone."
He was exercised before with the greens extra
walks through my heart, its footsteps echo. When Ananda is done washing her hands, the sinks are full of bubbles, and they fly and float when she's gone. They taste like antiseptic, like the beef stew in the cafeteria. When I touch them, they pop and a drop of oil falls to the floor. There are great